Hello!
Welcome, everybody.
Oh, wait,
We're so happy to be here again.
Happy Friday.
Oh, our faces are live.
Our faces are live.
Oh, they can see us. Oh, God.
You said mics. Anyway, hi.
Hi,
Hope
everybody.
everyone had a good Halloween.
Oh, yeah.
I was kind of hoping Halloween was today, because this guy had an awesome costume.
Yeah.
We were sort of thinking about going in character.
We were? Oh,
We were.
I think
In
you're lying.
character.
Ah!
That's a spoiler. He literally had a lion onesie.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
it was pretty good.
It had a six-pack, too, I think.
Yeah, I was a ripped lion with sort of a droopy tail. So
It was cute.
Yeah.
I needed a costume like that just
Did
to
you see
wear
that you and I tied for third place for scariest?
no, did
Yeah.
we?
Yeah, how are you the
We had an
scariest?
office costume challenge, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Scariest
That
lion.
here was a spectral dark lord.
I was just some
Yeah.
stuff I had lying in the closet, you know.
Just a
Just
big cloak.
yep, stuff I had lying in the closet.
Yeah.
I just wore my pajamas.
Yeah, it's well.
Yeah.
Did you sleep in that?
Yeah, hat and all.
Ew.
Nice.
Anyway, happy Friday.
Yes.
Our next update, which everyone's really excited about, is coming out November 14th. PTS is now closed. It was closed as of last weekend.
Yeah.
Some news before that. The blocky bonus item is a musical mount. It's available on PC.
The musical mat.
It says
Musical
mount.
mat.
It says, Steve!
It is a mount.
Oh,
But
it's a
It is
a
a
musical
mount. It is a
mount
mount.
It's a mat.
Musical
Mat
mount.
mount.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
there
We
it
can
is.
flip over
Bam.
to the gameplay and
Oh,
show
yeah.
it off. Looks like that.
Looks like that.
Do you guys understand? You log in, you get a free mount. This one glides. This is a really good mount,
Yeah.
right? Like
Didn't
this
And
is
it has a whole
because
song.
we
while you're
love
riding.
you. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
We're
Oh,
kind of
nice.
going overboard on this one.
So
Not
that's
now.
going to be available on PC, Xbox One, PlayStation Plus through November 13th. At some point on the 14th, it'll be swapped out for a new and colorful mount in its place. So, yep.
Cool.
And we have so much to show. We're probably just going to scratch the surface here.
Oh,
because
yeah.
there's a
Yeah,
lot.
we're not gonna. Yeah, it's gonna. It's gonna be a lot of ground to cover. We're just not even gonna.
So last live stream, there's a big concern about the Bitten Kitten not being in, and I know we did show off Luxion, the dragon itself. We don't have the command right now to summon him, but he is this flux dragon that will show up right on. I love that I'm pointing over here.
There's his
Look at that.
pedestal. Right there.
Consider
here.
Dr. Cubes.
Yeah, no, let's get.
So basically, it's going to sell
Take-
items for dragon
The
coins.
center will hold.
Yeah.
There were either that were vaulted items that had mastery that players can no longer get. So items like the Bitten Kitten will be coming back. Bitten Kitten specifically will be next spring, April. So yeah. And to kind of summarize him, basically all the mounts, there'll be 6 to 12 at any one time. Luxion the Dragon shows up twice a month, generally around the 1st and the 15th. All the items we get for...
It's like he shows up for a paycheck or something.
Yeah.
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 So you've got a paycheck. Let's get some of it.
He's kind of like a high-end pawn shop.
Yeah,
This way.
kind of. Well, it's good. It's good. So a lot of people have had a lot of dragon coins when they're a little higher level. So this
Oh,
gives
yeah.
them reason to, spend those and get maybe those mounts they didn't have and get their mastery up.
Yeah. And Bitten Kitten was in a Shadows Eve event years ago,
Yeah.
but we didn't recycle him in this one. He was in the Chaos Chess in August, most recently, but there was a lot of demand to see him here in Shadows Eve, so
Yeah.
we're bringing him back on Luxion.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, just wanted to bring that up before you guys spammed about the Bitten Kitten again.
Oh, they'll still spam.
Yeah, I know.
Especially because you mentioned spamming.
So we did go over kind of the new hub already.
Yeah.
So you see, we have the Goddess of the Moon, and we have the new club headquarters. So
Goddess
we
of the
will
Sun?
launch right into that.
Goddess of
Did I
the
say
sun.
sun?
No,
Moon.
you said
Sun.
moon. That's,
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
No,
Have it.
that's.
The sun goddess.
Goddess of the Moon, Goddess of the Sun.
Before that, we want to talk
This is
about
why you guys are here. Keeping track.
mastery, right?
We're going to talk about Mastery
Yes,
a little
yes,
bit.
let's do that.
Oh, boy.
Let's do the
Yeah, this
mastery.
is your show
I,
here.
I'm all excited about Mastery because I did a bunch of it. So let me tell you a little bit about Mastery. So as existing players of the game know, the max Mastery rank in the game right now is 300. But some of you, actually, you very hard-working elite players, have more Mastery points than the Mastery rank allows. So what we're going to do in the Trove Adventures update on November 14th is blow the doors off that, and players in PTS will have seen this, but the Mastery will go up to essentially an infinitely scaling amount, right? You'll see the UI actually go up to 1,000. If you get over 600 in this next update, we've done something wrong. You should not be able to get there. So a lot of players, if you are at 300 and you're pinned at the line right now, you will rocket forward. You'll log in the next day and you'll be at 400 or somewhere up there,
Nice.
right? With a lot new mastery items to chase, so you can get up towards some of the more exciting levels there. And Ted, we should show. This is what the UI looks like now.
Yeah. I'm mastery level 1 right now, so
Get good.
You want me to get good?
Yeah.
All right.
Get good.
We've also
don't spoil.
made the UI in sort of an accordion fashion so that
You
you're
lift
not
it, you spell
overwhelmed.
E, man.
Ah,
Seriously, get good.
this keyboard, man.
Whoa, 600.
That was so easy.
Whoa.
That was so easy.
Whoa.
Look how easy that was.
We should alias and just have a slash command, get good, that sets your level and master rank.
Yeah.
Maybe we could run an event where everyone's mastery 600 for a day.
Yeah.
No, that's a terrible idea.
So terrible.
No.
Maybe on
So-
test.
So let's take a look at some of the awesome mounts that would await you. Say maybe the Mastery 500 mount, which is, his name is Kazarin.
Well, you're looking at the 501
This is
plus
501.
list.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Spoilers.
I'm still, again, not good.
See, there are castle
guy,
pieces
Kazarin. I
here.
can't
There
see
are
him.
Dancer in the
6 new
clouds.
tomes. There are Radiant Sovereigns. We wanted to give Radiant Sovereigns, which are typically something you only get from cash shop purchases of credit packs. We wanted to give a little bit of that to everyone. So we put Radiant Sovereigns in the Mastery list. So Kazarin here is pretty awesome, but I guess you don't have any wings on you right now, do you, Ted?
On my character? Or-
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because this guy's a Pegasus.
I was going to
So-
say, this looks like a
Let's
Pegasus.
see.
Could you put
Dude,
the
what a
wings
good
of
Pegasus.
Lucille?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this one, the
No,
wings of the
no,
Pegasus?
they're,
or...
they're, golden ones,
Luciel?
right?
Here, I'll just...
Maybe under Mastery. Wings of Luciel.
Mm.
Which are
Well,
another...
just tell it to show all. You got hide on collected.
Yeah. Thank you.
These ones are looking pretty good. That's pretty much what the Luciel wings look like, actually.
That's lunacy.
There we go. Oh, yeah.
Well, it's a Pegasus.
Lunacy, I
Well,
can't
you
find
Point
Lucy.
being, you can-
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, are they just not showing up? Or
Maybe I'm just giving you the wrong name.
Try just searching, like, LU
There you go.
hey, no.
blessing of
Top.
Luciel.
Ah, oh,
There it is.
much better.
Look at that.
Nice.
Much
So
better.
the wings are Mastery, I believe that's 400, right? Yes, the new wings are a Mastery 400 reward. If you get to 500, you've got a matching Pegasus to go with it.
Nice.
So Pegasi are awesome because they take the wings that you're currently, you have equipped, so you can really mix and match your styles.
Yeah.
So what if you hit 550?
What if?
What if you might get to the Mega Mexcavator?
Oh.
What?
Wow. What?
All right. Now, we should add there are adorable like lama stay, the sort of
That doesn't
Tibetan
look
like
monk
it.
That's
kind
not
of.
it.
That's not what this is called.
Oh, Mega Mexcavator.
Meh.
MEGA space. What?
No. Nope.
Oh,
No.
well, you're currently looking at acquired.
Oh,
I
yeah.
am. That's true.
That's-
Okay, I'll
that's
just go
the
through the
issue
mounts
there.
then.
It's cool, you guys. We're noobs.
We're good. We're good.
I'm actually the worst at this. Do you remember we spent like 20 minutes looking for the Trovian trawler?
Yes.
It's like the wrong thing.
There it is.
There
We
it is.
renamed. Well, we had
Yeah.
the wrong.
Whoa,
Oh,
hey,
wow.
oh my.
Yeah. So that's what's awaiting you now. This is designed to be pretty much the top end of what you can maybe achieve when Trove Adventures goes out. So this is really going to define the leaderboard topping kind of players here.
Ooh,
Nice,
nice.
nice footprints.
It stomps around and wow, leaves
That's
little
pretty
craters.
heavy. Yeah.
That's nice. So how many mastery points do I need to get this?
That's 550.
Well, yeah, but how many mastery points is that?
Oh. Well, that's an interesting question.
Good.
Yes. There we go. Good, nice segue. And Ted, if you could get up Hurricane.
Is that a
Hurricane the
mount?
Immortal Flame. Yeah.
Okay.
H-U-I-R, actually.
Hurricane.
I think it is. Or H-U-R-I. So
I'll find it.
up until Mastery 100, or sorry, up until Mastery 300, the existing game as players know it on live, it takes 100 Mastery points per Mastery rank. But we're changing the formula a little bit above 300. So existing stuff stays the same, but it'll take 101 to get to Mastery 301 and 302, and 102 to get to Mastery 303 and 304, et cetera, up to the point where it'll take you 300 Mastery points to get to Mastery rank 600. Okay, so it's basically half of what you're trying to get to is the points it'll cost you to get there.
Okay.
So that was because a lot of what we wanted to do is basically make it a little easier on players to start climbing the mastery curve and then give something more ambitious for players at the high end. There's a couple other little changes we made that I should mention. We tweaked, look at this.
This is
Whoa,
the
ooh,
Hurricane.
I like the
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh,
Hurricane
man.
is like the most spectacular mount in the game.
That's really nice.
I mean,
Wow.
I like the blue flame. It's got like blue flame highlights. It's pretty.
okay.
And this is which one is this? 550 or
This is Mastery 600.
Oh, so this is the one that isn't theoretically obtainable yet.
Yes. If you see
Okay,
one of these, it's
okay.
dev or hacks, one or the other. So.
Okay. But I mean, we're adding new stuff in the Adventures update.
We're adding
that'll
new
be worth
stuff.
mastery.
Right,
and,
because
okay.
Chaos Chests are coming out every
Right,
week,
right,
and
so-
there's new events coming out all
Okay.
the time. So maybe you will be able to attain this. A couple other things we did. We clarified there was some things like Shadome was at 20, the first helmet you ever get that's really big in the modding community. But we were also giving away a couple of other things like trading post and marketplace access. So no one knew that. We didn't communicate that too well. So we've rejiggered a couple of those around to give them their own space. We've taken away the Chaos Coins at 100 and 250. They are not as important as they used to be because now we're dropping Chaos Chests around the world.
Oh, that's true.
So and another thing we got rid of was the idea that you get one Chaos Factory when you're at the max mastery. That made sense in a world where max was kind of fixed, but we're updating this game all the time and pushing forward the frontier. So that gets confusing because players see they have it and then they don't have it when the game expands. But that was a weird experience, so we just took that away.
Yeah, okay.
You know, some players may be asking, how do I get mastery? Mostly by unlocking mounts. And what are the benefits of mastery, besides all these awesome things? Well, you get 0.5% of health and 0.15% of magical and physical damage, and +2 power rank. And those are a little bit tweaked from what the numbers were before as well.
And I mean, you get mastery points just for leveling up classes, too.
Right.
So,
right.
I mean, if you don't already have every class at 30, you got work to do.
Yeah.
I definitely don't. I only have one class at 30.
So you get it by playing the game.
Good.
Yep, yeah.
So we got 5 tomes. We added missing things at 220 and 270. We basically just took a whole look at the mastery system and added some awesome stuff throughout to make sure it was where we wanted it to be going forward.
Oh, cool. Oh, we want to show off the boat, too. Right?
Oh, the boat.
The boat.
The boat. It's
Yeah.
not Clipper the Master. It's
The catamaran.
Catamaran is pretty good. And then there's a new sail, even, too.
Yeah,
What's the name of
the
the sail?
Sumptuous Sail,
That's
I
right.
believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like how this one turned out.
Yeah, it's cute.
Someone's
So-
asking if we're reworking the night anytime soon. Sorry to
Yeah.
interject there.
Yeah,
but
we
that is
did.
actually coming up with this update we did.
Yeah, so that's, night rework in less than 2
Yeah.
weeks.
November
Yeah.
15th.
Bam! It's So this is like a double hull boat. It's
Yeah,
super,
it's cute.
It's super nice.
It's really
Like that-
fast, too. I
like
can't
that
really show.
sail.
Like, it's one of those
I don't
fast
really have a
turning
whole lot of room to
scenes.
sail in this little kiddie pool.
We
That's
got
not
new
the summer
fishing
hub.
poles. We got new allies. We got new regular mounts. We got new mag riders. There's a really cool mag rider. So we got a little bit of everything,
Yeah.
Cool.
and that's mastery.
I like that sail.
Actually,
Yeah,
so we
that's
were gonna actually
sail.
go into clubs next, but however, maybe this is a good time to bring up the leaderboard changes, which I don't know much information about, so we could probably iterate more about that. But we can kind of show the leaderboards if you bring that up.
What's the hotkey for that?
K.
Is it K?
K.
Thank you.
It's a key.
Key? Key?
Cakey.
So right now the new mastery is gonna be highest club PR. We're adding flawless ST runs and world boss victories. So those I believe
Are those
will be
in the
under
meta, or?
No.
No.
Weekly
Power
stats.
rank.
Power rank. There we go. So those golden.
Yeah, the gold ones at
You
the
can see
bottom.
that. Those are new. Those are flawless runs. The one right above, the little T-Rex, that's weekly world bosses killed, so that's new.
Mm.
Yeah.
The dungeon one is not new next to it, but we did change the icon, so don't get confused. We removed the leaderboards, fish caught, hearts received, and used. And we can go into more detail with that next week, because I don't have the deets.
Yeah, there's a
specific
lot
deets.
in this update.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot in this
It's
update.
Nathaniel, like we're sitting like 10 feet away from each other, less, and you're just heads down on your thing, and I'm heads down on my thing.
Yeah, I have no
and-
idea what you've been doing for the last, 2.5 months. Like, this is the first I'm seeing...
At least I can see your stuff in the UI, right?
Well,
I mean,
that's true.
I got that.
Once I submit some code.
It's so true. We get our own little worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so up in November 14th, you'll see in the hub there is this club headquarters, and it has 4 floors and a roof.
It's so beautiful. What
It
could be
is.
in there? Why do I
So-
care about this?
This first floor are all portals, and this is for active clubs with new adventure NPCs. So those will show up.
Which we'll explain in just a bit.
Yeah.
And it's also worth noting that if you were... Oh, and these all
Wait,
were
who are those
set...
dudes?
No, we're getting to that.
Oh, we're getting to the dudes.
Well, yeah, well...
Oh, okay.
This is like a lot to
Don't wanna throw
absorb,
you
so I
off
just
your
want to say it all at once.
Mm.
So it's worth noting that if you're on the first floor and your club makes it here, it will not be on the same floor twice. So you have to wait 3 days. 3 days until your club can reappear
Here.
on another
on
this
another
floor. You can appear on another
Okay.
floor after, but it's the same rule goes. So you can never appear on one floor in a row. So you have to wait 3 days before it resets. That first floor, as I said, was new active NPCs, adventure NPCs. The second floor is most likes, but active. One thing that's very different is all these clubs have to be active. It's not just inactive clubs with the most likes.
Right.
And of course, we're on test, so
Yeah, there's
we don't
no
actually
clubs
have
here,
clubs
so-
here.
They're
that-
all out of order.
Well, you might
Yeah.
see some.
There's some.
That's
there's
the
one,
spirit
man.
of a lot of the leaderboard and the club efforts. Is we're trying to make people not be able to rest on their laurels for achievements. You know, a year ago, we want you to be rewarded
Active.
for your achievements. You know, now.
So this is the third floor. The blue portals are recently added clubs, clubs with recently added a new fixture and or upgraded. So that's different from the adventure NPCs. It's the fixtures themselves, and again, we will show that. The yellow ones are the club's highest PR. So that's taking the top
30
top
members?
10, 50, top
50.
50
Yeah.
members
50
of the
now.
club, and it's taking the PR of the class you have that is the most high. So it's not your active and it's not your cumulative PR. So it's whatever
Is your highest
you
ranked?
actively
Mm.
set as a class has the highest PR after this update. So that's how it dictates the
Top 50 members.
50
power
members
ranks,
of
okay.
that club. Yeah,
That's
it's
cool.
it's a bit to absorb, but it really does make sense.
Right.
Because you don't want to punish inviting new players in.
Right.
So then I don't have to worry. I can get all kinds of new players in and have all those community benefits and not worry that they're not
That's
fully
a
geared.
moot point. The fourth floor is random, but again, it has to be active. On NPCs on fixtures, they have to be awake. So we'll kind of get into that again.
So do all of these have to have adventure NPCs?
I
That was what I
I believe
thought,
so. Yes,
Because that's part of the goal
Yes,
is to
yes.
go and do adventures for other clubs.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you get a benefit, the club gets a benefit, everyone benefits when
Yeah,
you
even if you
clubs.
aren't
even if
in
it's
that
not
club.
your club, even if you're not
Exactly.
even a member,
Yeah.
you can still benefit, and they can still benefit.
The
So-
design intent here is that players with awesome architecture and awesome achievements get more visitors to the club, and players will see the incredible riotous awesomeness of everything that gets created in clubs more.
So you'll see up here, this dude. He's
This
kind of like
dude.
the club
Ace of clubs.
He's like the
ace of
king.
clubs. He is the king, and he fans himself, which I'm waiting for.
Occasionally he does.
Okay, come do
He's
it.
not, he's not warm. Oh,
Here we
there
go.
it is.
Oh, nice.
Oh, it's so hot up here.
That's-
We chose that.
So he doesn't actually serve
Well,
a
my
purpose here
grapes.
in the club headquarters, but he does in the club himself. So
Right.
you'll see that kind of pop up.
So I make a
Yeah.
club. for the
Wait, before you do
purposes-
that.
Oh, okay.
John brought up there's 2 vendors you'll see here.
Mhm.
Yeah, who are those dudes?
You have a male club merchant. You'll be using your adventuring, which is again, you'll have an adventure fixture, which will show, and you will get this currency called adventuring, and you can come here to the club headquarters and you can buy LED blocks or special things or the decor that is shown here in the headquarters.
Styles,
itself.
yeah.
And there's also another female vendor which also sells other items very similar to that.
Okay, yeah.
And now you
Deco
can do the
pieces.
club thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
Yes.
some things I get with my adventuring.
It's also worth noting that if you go through any of these portals, it will send
No.
you to that
Should I
club's
call it?
adventure fixture.
So you kind of start in the center, rather than starting some obscure place.
Yeah, you're starting right off the bat. So you can do any club's adventures. However, so we're going to get into that. It'll
Oh yeah, sure.
be
All
easier
right.
to explain once we get the UI.
Well, we've got the new UI
Yeah, we got
here.
this brand new UI. Whoa.
I don't have it as
That's
mine.
different. Yeah, so brand new club's UI. Obviously, if you've been on PTS, you've seen it. One of the big new important things, as you can see from that note up there, is having a primary club, because all clubs can have fixtures, which we will get into more of what they are, and whatever fixtures your primary club has, you can get benefits from.
I'll show up here.
And yeah, it'll show the little icons there. Obviously, there's a brand new club created 36 seconds ago.
Yeah.
So,
Blurb.
Blurp.
You're the president of Livestream.
I am.
That's awesome.
It's also worth noting that you can set your primary club, but you can switch, but there's a 24-hour delay, so you can't just be switching back and forth.
It warns you that when you set
Yeah,
the
yeah,
primary
yeah.
too.
yeah, you can switch, but not constantly. So
Right.
that's
So I see there's a bar. What's that bar do?
oh yeah, the club experience bar. Yeah,
Yeah.
let's mouse over that little thing. Yeah, you haven't earned any experience for this club, but you can level up your club. There is a daily limit on how much experience a club can earn. We want to just prevent we don't want the massive clubs just instantly get to the max level.
Right.
We want you guys to pace yourselves.
Yeah, and the experience is actually based on the amount of members that are in your club, and not necessarily. Or sorry, here I wrote it down. I'm gonna just read it.
Yeah,
Club experience is capped based on the number of active members. It's somewhat of an algorithm that gives advantage to clubs with fewer members, only slight advantage to clubs that have a lot of members. So it's really about being active. It's not about how many people you have. So I mean, you can have as many alts as you want. It's not really going to help you unless they're active.
Now, why do I care about my club experience? I'm cynical Sally Solo over here, and what's the point? Like, so
Well, as you level up your club, you get more slots for fixtures. So we might as well, let's just enter the club world here. This is going to be a brand new club world. I think people know about what that's going to look like here. Just this
The lonely
spawn.
island.
No, not on top of a
Not on a tree this time. Yeah.
Hey,
I feel like the last.
so empty.
Yeah, it's pretty empty. But let's open the UI. Let's look at the club details. Obviously, the members list changed as well, but there's not much to see here since there's only one person. So let's just go to this fixtures tab that we've been talking about.
oh, what's all that?
So we've got a list of all the possible fixtures you could have on the right, and then all the possible slots you could equip them in on the left. And obviously you've got those 2 blue slots there that are unlocked, and you've got those 2 blue fixtures there. You can just right-click on one of those, and let's place it.
So everyone
Whoa,
level
hey,
1 club will come with these 2 fixtures for free.
Brand new club. You start
Put
with
up
these
here.
guys for free. It puts you right into build mode. To place it, it constructs this massive thing.
Sally Cynical now says, like, okay, I'm into this.
Yeah, and let's do one at a time here. Yeah,
All
so
right.
this is the Rally of Heroes. You're just gonna jump right into something.
I did.
Spawning
Somebody's
random
own.
hero.
So these are the adventure NPCs that we had been alluding to before. This one has 3 spawn points. There are different rarities of these heroes.
There's 5 rarities.
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
green.
and
ones,
and as you level up the fixture, which will probably require leveling up your club just to
definitely.
yeah. Get the whole economic aspect working, you can get up to 5 slots. And then, these guys just offer adventures.
So what do they do? What's the good of
just
an
like-
adventure NPC?
Defeat 20 dungeon bosses in Desert Frontier. That's a thing to do. Sure, yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
And you can now track that in the old patron hotkey, which is I.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to get into that already.
Well,
but
Well, no,
there's like so many things.
I know
Yeah,
it
there's
is.
so
And
much.
they branch off, so it's really hard to like just explain it in a logical
throw it
way.
out.
But so I'm choosing an adventure here.
Give them a sneak peek.
Okay.
And I got
Alright, yeah, let's
adventure.
do it.
Oh my god!
Oh, there's so
There's
much.
a new UI for this too!
That's what I was saying. Yeah.
There's
Yeah. You can choose what adventure you're pursuing in the hub. You can have multiple simultaneously, but you can choose which one to show. You can toggle off your star bar, your tome progress, challenges, dungeons, the objectives that happen in dungeons. So these are defaulted to what'll make the most sense, but you have more control now over them. And what this means, importantly, is that if you have not finished the golden thread and an event starts, or you take a club adventure and you're worried about, hey, wait, Shadow's Eve just started, will I see the quests? Where are they? This is where you go to control what you see in your HUD, but you've got them all.
Yeah.
But honestly, that entire UI is almost half a live stream.
Yeah.
Talking
It
about the
is.
future. I just wanted to sneak peek here. This guy, defeat 30 in Haunted Isles. Okay. Yeah, we can do that too.
To be 300.
Oh man.
Permafrost.
Let's not do. Oh, okay.
I'm doing it.
Accept that one.
But that one's.
But yeah,
Okay, so
all 3 will show up in
so
the CUI here.
you've got 3 quests you're pursuing simultaneously. I mean, adventures, pardon me.
So,
Not quests.
but let's abandon that. 300 in permafrost.
All right,
I
that's
hate
too
that.
much.
I don't
All
like
right.
sliding on the ice, and I don't like playing Ice Age. So let's just pretend we're not doing that one. Why don't you?
The club UI.
Yeah, let's go look at these adventure NPCs.
Ooh.
And
Ah.
okay. So we don't like Chief Bro Squatch because he offers Tundra adventures.
Give myself some
Yes.
qubits.
Yeah, let's.
Do we want to explain what qubits are?
Klubits is a currency.
Yeah, it's
that,
another new currency.
Well, it is important actually. If you go back to
Yeah.
the main,
Oops.
super
Main.
arrow left.
This.
Yeah. So you see where it says 3,000? That is Klubits. It's a currency that only clubs can acquire. So all the members are contributing that.
Yeah, your
Well,
club has
players
an inventory.
acquire them
now.
and then
Yeah.
donate them to the
Well,
club.
actually, no. So players can't get them; they get the adventuring, and then they have to convert that and then
Oh,
put it
okay.
into.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
so this is club only.
There was a little converter box we didn't talk about in the
We'll
Club
get there.
HQ.
To show off this Clubit union here.
So yeah, so this is the other fixture that you get for free.
Yeah.
It's called the Clubit Union.
Clubit union.
Clubit Union.
It's
a big vault.
Union.
Yeah.
So it has here on the left. It's kind of where you can contribute Clubits.
Yeah, so I just filled all my Clubits
Yes.
up.
Yeah.
So never mind.
Okay. And then if you want to convert your adventuring into Clubits to contribute, this is where you
Yeah, so when you
Ah.
do adventures, you get adventuring just for doing the adventures. You convert them into Clubits. You donate them to the club. Club gets better.
Right.
But there's so much
so
to do
now
with
that
adventuring. I can shop
Yeah.
in the store. I
Yeah.
can give it to my club.
Yep. So anyway, let's kick out Chief Bro Squatch and.
Oh my gosh, that name I just read.
Should I get a new one?
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
get
let's
the
do
new ones.
one.
Let's see what we can get
Looks like it's
here.
going to be a blue.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Like
Whimsical,
Dragonfire
you
Pete's
gotta-
better.
That's a good
Impressive.
Draculite one.
Yeah.
yeah. So anyway, so there's a ton of these different adventure NPCs, and they, as you can see, some of them will go to sleep after a while, so you can no longer accept their adventures, but then they'll wake back up. Like the Frontier Lawbot there, he only takes little 1-hour power naps and tends to stay awake for a while. And after a certain length of time, they will wander off on their own. So you don't have to pay to remove them; they'll
Right.
leave on their own. But the amount of time varies. Certainly, as you can see, Davy Drowner there is going to hang out for quite a while, and he never goes to sleep because he's undead. You know, skeletons don't sleep. Yeah, so he's just going to be there, stay there, and be annoying for a while. But yeah, there's a ton of different NPCs, and like we could try to kick them all out and summon new ones. And,
Oops.
but
And
We're not-
So how many of these guys are there?
22.
30? No, is it?
There's
There's like a
22
lot.
total.
Are they all going to show up in this basic for free?
So the
Look who we
basic
got
one,
back.
the majority
Bro
of the
Squatch.
spawns will probably be lower
Yeah.
tier NPCs, but there is a fixture that we don't have to get into today that actually will increase the rarity of the NPCs that will spawn on your actual adventure.
Who give more awesome quests?
Yeah,
or
so-
better.
There's some of them that are so.
There's
There's some of them that are so rare that I've never even seen them. Just
Yeah.
in all my like testing all the. Yeah, because working on this UI, I obviously had to summon and kick out these
Yes.
NPCs like dozens upon dozens of times. And there's some of them that I never saw.
Yeah.
Wow, that guy sleeps for 5 minutes at a time. Oh wow,
Oh, oops.
he's asleep
Yeah.
for
That's
5
good.
minutes at a time and then awake for 15 minutes at a time. He's he's very jittery.
so what would I do if I want to go on an adventure? I want the dragon, and this is what my club has. Can
I mean-
am I do,
Wait, say again? What
like
if-
here
We're
I've
on
got
adventure.
these three.
I mean, these guys are offering
NPCs in my
adventures right
club.
here.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if I really want to do that Dracolite thing?
Well, first of all, you have to have permissions to despawn them and
Mm-hmm.
try your hand at getting that one again.
Could I go somewhere else?
You could try other clubs, yeah.
Yeah, you could go to other.
Um,
That's yeah. If you really want a specific NPC's adventure, I mean that's part of why you can go to other clubs that you're not even a member of, and
That's what the Club
But
HQ
the
is for.
experience will go to that club, not to you. Only the,
Right.
the adventures you do,
Ooh, that guy's fun
that club
looking.
goes to your primary club.
So I'll get
Oh,
the adventure
the
by doing an adventure in
Yes.
somebody else's club.
Yes.
So it's good for me, but I basically want to max out things in my club as much as I can, and then maybe go do more in other people's clubs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you want to get those cool recipes from the vendors and whatnot.
so anyway, obviously we could spend a long time just cycling through NPCs
Yeah, I have a Bible here.
Yeah, we've got so much going on. Why don't we?
Well, we never really talked about permissions.
Yeah,
Oh,
you alluded
sure.
to that a minute ago, and
New permissions tab here.
so yeah, there's a lot going on here. Why
Ted's
don't
got
you?
unruly members
Yeah.
in his club.
So why don't you click on the edit tab just so we can go in and actually start setting and unsetting some of these permissions. Let's take away the bomb permission. Let's just take that away. So important thing to note: once you check, you can't. Sadly, presidents of clubs cannot undo their own permissions. Yeah, you're president, so you can't stop yourself from that. But you can stop everyone else because there can only be one president of a club. And yes, when you check or uncheck one of these things, it goes into effect immediately. So there's no confirm, but it's easy enough to just check it again if you want. And you can also restore permissions back to the defaults with that button on the bottom there.
Right.
And that'll warn you, because sometimes you might it would be possible to remove your own permission to change permissions.
That would be bad.
So it warns you when if you try to do that. But yeah, there's a lot here. The names of the permissions are all what, if you're familiar with the slash commands, we still support. We still support all the slash commands. So those are the names used by the slash commands. We just left them as is to try and avoid confusion in that regard.
I saw one question in chat. Is this going to be available on console?
Yes.
Yes.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
November 14th.
November 14th, all platforms. We got approved by Microsoft and Sony earlier this week.
Yay!
So yeah, things are looking good.
Passing cert. Not the trivial thing it was in Grandpa's day. No. It's work now.
There's one thing worth noting some people had concerns about. Again, I'm just going to read this straight up. If a president of a club becomes inactive for more than 30 days, a new president will automatically be promoted based on VP activity.
The highest active
Yes.
VP gets promoted to president.
Well, after 30 days. So if you have just a leader who just bailed, that'll happen.
Yeah. Cool.
All right, so let's go back to the Fixtures tab. So these two you start with, but where do you... Oh, actually, you know what?
Green shelf for
There's that green upgrade button. Let's
Let's do it.
So
Upgrading a fixture.
don't just click it, but then decline. So it'll cost 1,000 to upgrade it. You can build on top of these fixtures once you place them.
Right.
So we do warn you that, hey, you would destroy any decorations you place on top if you upgrade a placed fixture. You could unequip it before upgrading if you want.
That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's nice what you did there, Ted.
Yeah, you like that?
So,
Green
all right,
accent.
so now let's upgrade it.
We're gonna upgrade it? Okay.
Make sure let's keep it in our field of view.
Yeah,
here,
and
'cause
then we'll
that's,
back up.
that's fun.
It's always fun. Right.
Yeah.
Fixtures.
Fixtures, upgrade. Yeah, well, let's do it.
So it deconstructs it.
Well, left your extra blocks though.
Well,
Yeah.
That's kind.
Anything that isn't filled in, it'll just stick there. Yeah.
yeah, so it's overwriting some of those
Some of
blocks.
those, yeah, because they're
And
bigger.
it is becoming larger and
taller.
fancier
Yeah.
and cooler looking.
All right.
Still goes. Whoop.
It's clearly a better
Yeah.
Klubit Union.
I see questions about the 30 days inactive president thing being asked by many people. I don't know the exact answer to that, but I'm going to find out.
Yeah, that's definitely something we're going to have to...
And-
Yeah, if you
make
have
sure
no
we
other
get,
numbers.
like
we'll
detailed
Yeah.
information.
If
And we
Sheer
just-
does his summary, I'll try to respond to that thread on the forums.
Anyway, so I wanted to go back to the Fixtures tab of the UI. And so how do we get all of these other fixtures? Like that Shrine of Skill or those other combat shrines? Or,
Why do I care about a Shrine of Skill? What's that going to do for me?
well, gives you extra crit.
Oh, I want crit.
Yeah, crit's good.
Okay.
Every member with this club set as their primary gets that.
Yep. And then, so there's all kinds of different, so like the various combat shrines all gives buffs of combat-related stats. The purple ones, if you scroll further down, all give different things.
Utility.
Utility.
I really like the Mount Menagerie. That's like my personal favorite, and not for what it does, but for that tether your mount to the fixture's leash block to show it off.
Oh, yeah.
That may have to wait for a future live stream, but
Yeah.
I'm very, very pleased that we
There's
were
so
able
many
to get
little
that in.
goodies
Yeah,
hiding
yeah.
in here.
And then we've got the ultimate fixtures on the bottom there that do just,
Epic stuff.
epic, great things.
They also cost a lot, so you
Yeah.
really, really have to decide your system and your
But
the
the,
words are hard.
but the question still hasn't been answered. How do we get these? Well, let's go straight back to this vault fixture that I keep calling it the old name.
The club union?
Vault is like the
Vault.
code name.
Vault.
It's like that's not
I
what.
call it the vault too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you mean go to it like out of this UI?
Yeah, just walk right up to it there, and these NPCs that we haven't talked to yet. Combat Fixture Merchant. Hey, there you go. Unfortunately, you spent...
I did
too
spend a
many-
lot of qubits. I'm going to give them
Actually, hold on.
Yeah.
You should have been able to talk to this guy.
back. 600, yeah, I should be able to get this
should
guy.
be able to buy it.
Oh, but maybe because I don't have my club level.
Yeah, that's the other reason.
That's
to
over
level.
the question mark there. Will that tell me anything about it?
Yeah, sorry, I'll do that. Yeah, see
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So that's the other reason to level
combat
up.
fixture grants damage reduction effect to all members you have selected as their primary. Oh, that
That's-
doesn't say that there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does, right? Yeah.
But-
So if I buy this, should put it down? And
Yeah, let's just buy it. You might have to leave and re-enter the club roll.
Okay, we'll see.
Just look at the fixtures tab and
see if it's updated. Yeah,
it did update.
Hey,
That
cool.
works.
And I got this unlocked.
Great.
Excellent work.
So
sir.
right click
Excellent
on
work.
this,
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
plop it down. We're gonna somewhere clear. This looks good. And now, if I go to my club buffs, I can see that it's active. This is the one I just activated.
Holy smokes.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah.
this pay rent idea?
Well, these fixtures all basically they have an upkeep cost that you have to keep paying in terms of Klubits to keep the buffs active.
It's a weekly cost.
Yep, every week.
And it tells you when it's due here. And the first week is paid when you put it down, I think.
Yeah, it's included in the placement cost.
Now, what if I go bankrupt and have no rent money? What happens to my fixtures?
I mean, they'll stay there.
They stay there.
Oh, so I just need to play a little bit more and get more adventuring, and then get more Klubits, and then pay the rent.
Yeah, you just
They'll stay, you just don't benefit from them.
Yeah.
Right.
and I think a little red exclamation point icon and the thing will
It
be
shows
grayed
up
out.
here.
I
Yeah.
see. I see. Very
But
consumer
yeah,
friendly.
the thing still stays there. You still get to
Yeah. Decorate it and enjoy how
Yeah, and if you want, you can remove some of these fixtures because. So let's go back to the fixtures tab with the pay rent button. Obviously, nothing is due right now, but let's pretend that we can't afford to pay rent on all our fixtures, and you can right-click on that thing you just placed. So it's free to remove it, but placing it again would cost
is the
again.
rent cost.
And removing it, obviously you no longer have to pay rent on it because it's not there.
Yeah, it'll reduce your pay rent. Yeah.
Yeah. Rent is paid exclusively in in-game currency, someone notes. Yes, that is true.
So
Yeah,
I'm
Klubits.
going to have to cut us here because we do have other things.
Yeah, this is a
And-
huge.
But there's so much
It's
to
a huge
say.
update.
We have
that-
one more live stream next week where we can kind of summarize some of this and go
we'll
into
this.
even more detail.
Yeah.
But we're getting like the evil stare from a Joe over here.
So maybe what we can just say is like there's lots to do here. It's a
There's
very
so much.
rich system.
Yeah.
It's very
Just scratching the surface.
Yeah, there's
And,
so much here.
If we don't get to the questions, I will go on the forums today and kind of put those in and answer some of the questions that you guys asked that I'm curious about.
We can probably get to those. We'll do giveaways and
We
throw
have a lot of
pinatas.
fan art. That's kind of my
But
bad.
yeah, I'll switch over live and start throwing pinatas.
Yeah,
Right.
I like fan art.
Let's do the fan
Do
art,
fan art.
Joe.
Really good.
Well,
Oh, boy.
woo.
Oh,
You might
that
want to
is-
change that background though.
That is good coming up.
That is I know Gammon. I just know that. But Joe, you're gonna have to read out the other
Because
names.
I know Gammon style.
This is I know Gammon.
Oh, we're, yeah.
Oh, we're doing it this way. Hang on.
True Starbuck.
Doo-dee-doo-dee-doo-dee-doo.
Alright, switch over to this.
This is
Who's the last one? It was CD.
CDM 1.
CDM13. I really like. Sorry, little. I love this one. It's amazing.
This one's DI 4 and 4.
Look at the gunslinger. You're like, ah.
Oh, that's cute.
I love it.
Then we've got Don Don.
I
Don
love this
Don.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
I
like
love
that
Don
one a lot.
Dons.
Animation.
Awesome.
I tried to post this to my Facebook and had a fail. Just because I thought,
Fail?
this is so good, I want everyone to see Down Down stuff, but I
So cool.
didn't do it right.
This one at
This is Ender.
140.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
That is creepy.
It's super creepy.
Mhm.
Ew, it's got the
I
little
like the
like.
detail, the hair, little hairs
It's
on
like
the
creepy
legs.
hair. It's like
Yeah.
spider hair.
Insect
almost.
leg. Yeah, it's quite good.
Next.
Ooh.
Oh.
This is Ernix.
Ernix? Is that how you pronounce it?
Ernix.
Ernix.
I'm
Ernix.
always
I
a
like the
sucker
card.
for playing card style.
So Tomb
Yeah.
Raiser was a little bit of the theme of the
Yeah, I
contest.
mean, it's the most Halloween-y.
It's
class.
Shadow's Eve.
Yeah.
Yes. This one.
We've got Esferu.
It almost looks like
Ice
a.
Age.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Ice,
yeah.
I love this one.
Mhm.
It's super cute.
Yeah.
Glowy stuff. Yeah.
This one is
Oh.
Hawaii Caretaker.
Yeah,
Awesome Tomb Raiser.
Really
Good.
good.
It's
It's been a while since I've seen artwork from
Like
her.
those-
That looks like a
The
cover of
skulls.
Dragon magazine. Or
It
something.
does.
I
Back
could
in
see
the day.
that.
I like the detail on the waist. I had to
Yeah.
zoom in there earlier. I was
Oh,
like,
the
damn.
belt.
The belt and stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's really nicely done.
It's good cloth.
Somebody's asking, how can I enter art?
So you
Trovosaurus.
can do it through the forums in the media section, which I do check, or on Trovosaurus. They have contests all the time, or you can just put it right in the gallery, and I pull from there usually.
This is
We want
Kinsura.
Awesome.
Nice.
I love it.
The Banshee.
Looking at all these makes me really want to play Tomb Raiser. I think I said that last week.
This is
Oh my-
Lautaro.
Is that a skin we have? Is it?
That was great.
Is that a skin we have?
For
For the
what's that?
Tomb Raiser
yeah,
Ultimate?
yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh!
You go Pumpkin Banshee. Yeah.
I really am out of the loop.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah, I haven't played my Tomb Raider in a long time. Yeah, I used to main
I've been too
Tomb
much
Raider, but it
gunslinger
was
in
like
Tomb Raider.
a year ago.
This is
Oh,
that's
Mouse
cute.
Head.
Meow,
Nice.
mouse head,
Meow said.
leet
It's,
speed. I
it's
love
a,
it.
Sort of a reimagining of the loading screen.
Yeah,
There.
it is totally.
With the,
Look at that derby guy.
the neon winged.
I like his
It's
belly.
amazing.
Also,
Oh, that's
This-
Mouse Head.
This one's amazing because I just love that it's a pop out and it's
Yeah.
IRL. That's great.
yeah, I like that. It's
Mhm.
good.
I love the unique arts.
Neat.
Then we've
Pasties.
got Pasties.
Pasties.
Wow.
The colored outline. It's a good
Mhm,
boy.
yeah.
I like the
Love
eye.
it. I like the candy eye basket. Good a touch.
This is Pokemon.
Pokemon?
008.
I thought this was the cutest. And there's the artwork after this that kind of makes sense with this.
It's
but
like
you
I
can't.
want to play that game.
Character-
It's like the
character
UI
I
to
love
a
it, it's
game that I
great.
want to play.
Yeah.
It's like the, what do they call it? Chibi?
Yeah.
Chibi,
It's
yeah.
really cool.
This is also Pokemon.
Yeah.
Cute.
So I liked
Nice.
having the first one so you saw kind of the characters in the scene. Kind of understood it. It's really cool. It's super cute.
Great.
Yeah. Look at the spider.
Ah,
on the
you guys are
building.
amazing.
Yep. Detail there.
This is
Nice.
Spore Creature.
Spore creature!
Sketchbook.
Nice. Yeah, I definitely,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I definitely need to get back to my Tomb Raider.
And last but not least, Xeris.
There's...
Xeris.
Just hanging out in the
Wow.
pumpkin patch.
Oh, it's like a skull coming out of a skull.
Yeah.
Skull.
Yeah, the,
Oh.
that's
Super
the
creepy.
Banshee has 2 skulls.
Oh, that's right.
From its head, yeah.
I should know because I animated that.
And the skull on the end of the arm.
This reminds me, the
Oh,
Shadows
yeah.
Eve event is going on until next Tuesday.
Yeah.
And the Godzilla pack is around until next Tuesday, and the Spooky Swag bag is around to next Tuesday. But as of Tuesday, all the Shadows Eve stuff is finito, and we're on to more and other things. So
We should probably do some
Do it now.
giveaways.
Okay.
How about we do, for starters, 10 Trove carpets. That was Steve's request. But then he said, after that, he gave up and said, whatever I want to do. So,
Good job.
10 Trove carpets. And we can just like roll them all and read them after. And then we have questions if anybody wants to read, or I can read them. Or...
I'll read some.
I don't mind reading.
What do we got? These were hard questions, by the way.
Oh, we're gonna just put them on a list. We'll read them after.
Oh, somebody was saying any details on the new Ninth Lives pack that's been mentioned in the past. That'll be coming to live. If you played on PTS, the store is not always indicative of what's coming, just because of the way the environments work. So yeah, there'll be sort of a multi-pack of Ninth Lives, which, if I recall right, is basically 6 for
Oh,
the
I know
price
what
of
this is.
5.
Dismantle
or so.
time, yeah. The streamer.
Wait, it's animating with. Is that with the LED blocks?
No, we don't have those in
Not yet.
Those are all like stones.
Oh,
Those are all club prop stones.
That's a lot of these.
Oh
decks.
So you can like
goodness.
turn them on and off.
Wow.
Make them blush.
Wow.
Wow.
Sweet.
Oh my gosh.
Another one, will Luxion sell token pack rewards? I mean, you never really know what Luxion's going to do, but, you know, look for the Block Friday event, and you may see old token packs from the Radiant Dayspring.
Mm.
That's a Block Friday kind of a thing.
Alright, looks like our winners are up. Do we want to go around? Alright, saucy time.
Sausage time!
House of,
Yeah,
House
you
of
go, you go,
Crazies.
Yeah, you read.
Oh, okay,
No,
okay,
you're
fine.
Oh, okay, let's alternate. Swift Ops.
You gotta pronounce the underscore.
Violin Lover 2. I think one last week or something.
Sir Manuel Xavier.
Manuel.
Manuel.
Oh, that's an
Manuel.
L. Oh, sorry.
Shiba 97030.
Some big...
Some-
not hobo.
Some
bigoted
bigoted hobo.
hobo.
Bigoted hobo? God, I didn't even... I'm so
Swift-
bigoted I can't even bigoted.
Swift Night Shadow. Underscore.
Normant 84.
Oh, you want
No one wants to try this one.
Whatever.
Oh, Avarok.
Oh,
Lavarok.
Congrats, everyone, on your
Congrats.
carpets.
Yay!
And then why we do another question, how about we do 5 of those, I'm gonna say it wrong, the keypads, the chrono.
Yeah, chronomatic keypads.
Chronomatic keypads,
Yep.
5 of those. Those are dance
The
pads. If you
Mag
don't know,
Rider.
Mag rails.
Yeah. Do I have one on? Yes, I do. Oops. This keyboard.
Keyboard mount.
This keyboard.
That has music
Yeah.
and makes you dance.
No, I was blaming the keyboard for fat fingering. Yes, I do.
Okay, I sort of know about this one. Somebody's saying, can the new allies from Mastery be buffed so that they're stronger than the allies we get at the moment? Reaching 500 plus Mastery should feel rewarding, since it takes so much dedication and most people don't achieve it. So we, probably all the power players know. If you're at Mastery 500, you probably know that you can swap an ally's style for another ally, so that you get the look but keep the stats of something else. So that's the main way we're thinking. Even if the stats aren't super beneficial to you, that you still like the new look of it. We're not opposed to some power creep there for 500, although we want to be a little conscious, like the only people who are there are the ones who are already there, at the top. So we want to make sure you don't pull away too far away from the pack.
We don't really need rich get richer all the time.
They're not likely to change anytime soon, but we'll monitor it and keep looking at it.
All right, keypad winners, 5 of them. The Mega 115.
Oh, you guys.
Vyaki-chan.
That was Alexander Alwood's question. Sorry, where am I at?
The cursor.
What am I at? Dicause. Dicause Z.
X-Animalistic.
Oh, I thought it was X-Animalistic.
X-Animalistic.
Wow.
It's lead speak.
Yeah.
SC1 Don
Sit Downy 420.
420.
Downy to 420. Well, congratulations.
What did we? Oh,
Or is it sit
Chromatic
Don
keypad.
Wee?
Oh, this thing. Oh, nice.
Yep.
I'm sure I don't get it. It's more clever than I can read.
Very
sure.
colorful.
My emails in lead speak, and it's the hardest thing sometimes. People get really confused. All right, two hyper pin. EX.
What? Two of them?
2 of them.
My goodness.
That was a Steve request, so can't get mad at me on that one.
Fasty's getting so generous.
I know.
I like it.
I like it. So it looks like Zaz 86 won one of those. And
Ray Belifo.
oh, we're doing 3.
We hit a dev one, and whenever you hit a dev,
Which one's the dev one?
You get a bonus.
have it active. I already moved on.
That's
Oh.
Jason Abbott.
See how it is.
So 3, alright.
So we do 3, okay?
So we read the second name?
No. Nobody could figure out how to say it.
Rebelifo.
Alright.
And for the third one is Ixion Meister.
Congrats, you guys.
Congratulations.
Yay, congratulations.
And thanks, Jason.
I've
Yeah.
been at it yet. Right.
I think I won something once. I never got it, though.
I think I won something one time, and then Bunny Soros called me out and said I was one. So here's a question that's actually a fairly timely question because it's about this next update and what was seen on BTS. So the question is from Cassie. Since you guys got rid of the top 20 clubs from the weekly contest, are you going to replace it with something similar? Because I was kind of looking forward to that, like maybe top 50 donators. So the top 20 clubs power rank leaderboard, the reward for it was the president only of that club was going to get a blue name. And that was rather controversial, and we realized that that was not a good way of doing things. And unfortunately, and so what we wanted to do is we wanted to change how that reward was granted, so it wasn't just the president getting it. Unfortunately, due to technical reasons and how close we were to our submission deadline, we just weren't able to make that happen. So we will probably be looking at trying to sort of go back down that path in the future, but for this update, no, basically not. And plus, once this update goes out and we can see how people are playing the adventures, then we'll have a better sense of how to sort of manage that competition and steer people towards playing the game.
Yeah.
We thought it'd be funny to have some competition, but then it was starting to get a little too cutthroat.
Yeah.
Everyone wants blue
People got
name.
upset. And we kind of knew people would get upset, but we underestimated it, and we realized it was probably a bad decision, so...
Yeah.
Anyway, we are out of time.
Oh, wow, already?
Oh,
Yes.
wait.
Already.
There's so many more things to say.
No, we got next week.
Yeah, wow,
So,
okay.
so you guys are welcome to be on next week, too. So much to say.
Yeah, thanks everyone for listening
thank
to
you
us
so
talk
much.
for 45
Sorry we
minutes.
couldn't have more time to talk more.
Just scratching the
That's
surface
for
of
you.
all this club
November
stuff.
14th, the big stuff is coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
And before then, lots of cool events. There is a cool event that we haven't talked about at all, but there's a prelude to all the thematic stuff that's coming in with Trove Adventures after Shadow's Eve.
Next
So
week.
stay tuned. Happy
Cool.
Friday, guys.
All right.
Have a good one.
Bye, everybody.
Take care.